All right, let's get started. You can press play whenever you like. We're going to begin the practice today in a comfortable seat. So you might like to use your cushion or your block or your book or anything that you found. If you find sitting upright to be a little challenging, it just means that the sit bones are going to be elevated, which will help provide a little more space for the spine. And you can sit cross-legged or kneeling, wherever feels more comfortable for you. And as we soften in, just take a little moment here to make any little adjustments. You might tilt the pelvis a little forward and back or side to side, just so you can find a really lovely center point. And then make a choice with the hands. So you'll notice when you rest the hands down onto the thighs, it's going to feel a little more grounding and a little more stable. However, if you turn the palms to face up, it provides an openness through the chest and shoulders, and it's a lighter kind of sensation. So I'm going to feel into it and notice how you'd like to be in your practice. And then gently blink the eyes down to close if they're not there already. Making any final little adjustments here. The shoulders will draw up, back and down, finding a lift through the center of the chest. And as we drop in together here, let's invite in a full and deep inhale breath. And a clearing exhale. One more just like that. Take a big breath in. And a big exhale. And we'll just take these first few moments of the practice to land completely. And I feel like particularly if you've been sitting in front of the computer for a lot of the day, or if you've been quite busy for most of your day, really take these next few moments to soften into the now, into this present experience. Detaching from anything else that you have to do, anything else that's going on. Arriving here completely in the experience of your practice. So with the eyes closed down, we're able to draw the awareness inward and kind of dim or muffle the outside noise and stimulus. But with that internal awareness, start to notice the space around you with eyes closed down. So you might draw your attention first to the sounds that you can hear. And you might begin to notice anything that you can smell or perhaps faintly taste. And then begin to notice here what it is that you can feel. Your sit bones grounded down to the earth beneath you. And the feeling of the hands resting on the thighs. Feeling of the clothes on your skin. And here I'd love you just to send the breath a little deeper down into the belly. And notice what you feel about this slow and steady breath. And we'll practice pranayama, which is a breathing technique, together this afternoon, called Samavriti pranayama, which means equal breath. And I'll guide us through the whole way. What I'd love for you to do is just keep your mind's eye focused on how it feels. Diving into any sort of sensation that come up as we move through this breath practice together. No right or wrong, no good or bad, just a gentle observation. And let's take a deep breath in together. And a clearing exhale. Breathe in slowly for 4, 3, 2, pause. And out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 4, 3, 2, pause. And out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 4, 3, 2, pause. And out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 4, 3, 2, pause. And out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 4, 3, 2, pause. And out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Final time. In for 4, 3, 2. This time we'll hold at the top. Pause for just a little longer. Can you take in just one more sip of air, but soften the jaw, soften the shoulders, and then part the lips and let it go. Keeping the eyes closed down, just allow yourself to rebound back into your own organic rhythm of breath. And just offering yourself this final moment of stillness before we begin to move the physical body, to simply check in with yourself. We've been hanging out for 4 weeks now, and you might notice that each time you come to practice, it feels a little bit different. The body might feel different, the mind might be in a different place. And the coolest thing about yoga is that each time that we show up, we check in, we notice what's going on, and then we give ourselves permission, we give ourselves space to allow the practice to be whatever it is that we need on this particular day. No labels, no good or bad or right or wrong. Just through a lens of kindness and compassion towards yourself, check in. Let's take in one more big inhale breath. And a clearing exhale. Nice and gently blinking the eyes to open here. Let the shoulders draw up, back and down. Find a little bit of movement through the spine. From here, interlace the fingers out in front of you and then turn the palms to face forward like you're pressing something away from you, rounding through the spine, drawing the belly in. Take an inhale breath, reach the arms up and overhead, go nice and tall. And then exhale, reach it forward, rounding through the spine. Good. Inhale breath, reach it up, pause here, stay reaching, release your grip, and then bring the right fingertips down beside you, reach the left arm up and over. Nice big side stretch. Now really ground down the sit bones, peel back the top shoulder and reach a little more through the top fingertips. One more breath in. Big breath out. Inhale takes you back through center and over to the other side. Left hand down, right arm travels up and over. We're grounding down the sit bones. We're peeling back the top shoulder and then really reaching as much as you can through the top fingertips. One more breath in. Big breath out. Nice and gently drawing yourself back through center. We'll make our way to tabletop from here. So removing any props or anything that are underneath you, pop them to one side. And then stacking your wrists underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Start to move a little here through our cat and cow. So remembering inhale breath, we'll dip through the belly and draw the heart forward. And then exhale breath rounds through the spine, guiding the chin to the chest. And continue to move here. Inhales to dip, drawing the belly forward. And then exhales rounding through the spine, creating that space. If you feel comfortable to do so, keep moving like this, but close the eyes down or soften the gaze just a little. Noticing how when you start to bring in movement, but with eyes closed down, that closed off internal awareness, it might give you a little more space to notice how the physical body is feeling, or to dive into the current experience with a little more clarity. Any extra movements are fine. You might draw circles through the hips. You might shift your weight back to child's pose for a couple of breaths and really send the breath into the back ribs, whatever you like here. One more deep inhale breath to a steady exhale. Let's guide ourselves back to that neutral spine position. I'd love for you to tuck your toes underneath here and then start to walk your hands gently back towards the knees any amount. You might even reach back behind you and tuck the pinky toes under as well. So making sure all of our toes are getting involved. And with the hands resting down to the earth, you might feel like this is quite enough of a stretch. This is quite strong enough. If it is, chill here. If you'd like a little more, start to walk the hands in any amount, resting the hands on the thighs, shoulders draw back and down. If at any point this feels far too strong, like I said, give yourself a little support. The hands can come down. We're looking to stretch through the soles of the feet and start to break up a little bit of that fascia that builds up, particularly if you find yourself wearing shoes a lot of the time. This might be not the most comfortable sensation in the world, but we're here together. Breathe through it. Just a few more deep breaths. And notice if, to compensate for the sensation in your feet, you're holding tension in the shoulders or in the jaw. Can you relax whatever is holding on to any unnecessary tension? And let's just invite in one more big inhale breath to a big exhale. Nice and gently start to make your way back to tabletop. We'll untuck our toes. Tops of the feet down. You might even take a little pat, pressing the tops of the feet down one at a time, like a mini round of applause. And then from here, we'll make our way straight down onto our belly. Any way that you like, lowering down nice and slow. From here, place the elbows underneath the shoulders and the palms out in front of you. This is called our Sphinx pose. So as you set up, elbows under shoulders on both hands, and then palms are facing down out in front. Looking at the bottom half of the body, you're going to press the tops of the feet down so firmly you feel the kneecaps lift off the earth, and then squeeze your glutes, squeeze your butt cheeks. Notice how that lengthens through the low back. From there, spread the fingers wide and then pull the chest forward, drawing the shoulders back and down. Taking a few breaths in this gentle back bend. If you're feeling pretty good here, chill here. If you would like a little more, bring the hands to the corners of your mat, so turn them out slightly. Press into the palms and start to straighten the arms any amount. If it feels uncomfortable in the low back, come back down, resting the elbows. Yeah, nice guys. Softening the shoulders, keep squeezing your butt, keep pressing the tops of the feet down. Let's take one more inhale breath. Exhale for all of us, lower all the way down to the belly. Hands underneath your shoulders, slide back to child's pose, Balasana, bringing the knees as wide as your mat and the big toes will come to touch. From here, I'd love for you to creep your hands over to the left-hand side of your mat, sinking the hips back and down. So as we drop the chest down through the arms, we're looking for a nice big side stretch down the right side waist. Beautiful. Good. From there, a big inhale breath to a steady exhale. One more breath in. Big breath out. Nice and gently walk the hands back through center and then softly over to the right hand side, any amount. They might stay on the mat, they might come off. Hips will sink down towards your heels. And then you're really breathing or sending space down the left side of the body. Taking one more big inhale breath. Big exhale. Nice and gently guiding yourself back into center. Let's find tabletop, shifting your weight forward, shoulders above your wrists. Setting up for our first downward facing dog. So looking down at your hands, spread the fingers apart as wide as you can. So like really spread them. And then looking at this little L shape that you make with your index finger and your thumb, can you make sure the index finger is pointing straight ahead? So index finger is pointing straight to the top of the mat. From there, press into the fingertips like you're trying to grab a hold of handfuls of your mat. Press the ground away so the shoulders are strong. Tuck the toes. Start to sit the weight back to the heels as you lift the knees and send the hips up and back to your very first downward facing dog. And as we find this down dog, start to pedal a little through the legs. Good. Bending and straightening through one leg at a time. Nice. So keeping the grip into the fingertips, particularly if in down dog you feel like you've got a lot of weight in the hands, can you spread the fingers nice and wide, press the ground away and take a little bend into the knees so that we've got equal weight in our feet and in our hands. Take one more breath in, big breath out. Nice and gently start to walk your feet to the top of the mat, little baby steps. Take as much of a bend in the knees as you need to, and then arrive at a forward fold here. Take a real deep bend into the knees so we're not tugging on the hamstrings too much, and then grab a hold of opposite elbows into ragdoll. From here, release any tension through the head and neck, and just take a gentle sway from side to side. Offer yourself a little bit of space. Head and neck, relax and release. Let's take just one more big inhale breath. To a steady exhale, releasing the arms here, slowly rise to stand. So allow the spine to unravel, to stack one vertebrae at a time. At the top, we'll take an inhale breath and sweep the arms up and overhead, palms touch. Exhale, fold forward really softly over bent knees. Good. Now inhale, we find our halfway lift. So we bring our fingertips to our shins, we bring our chest parallel to the earth. So we're kind of making this L shape with the body. Shoulders draw back and down, and I'm tucking my chin so my neck stays nice and long. Take one more breath in here, and then exhale to fold in deeply. We'll do that once more with breath. Inhale, halfway lift, chest forward, shoulders draw back, and then exhale, folds you in half. From here, plant your hands, step back to find your high plank position. So your shoulders will stack above your wrists. Now, if you'd like, you can lower the knees down and untuck the toes here. Or if you're feeling feisty, keep the knees lifted, pressing the ground away. We'll all take one big breath in. Exhale, shift forward, hug your elbows in and lower all the way to the belly, nice and slow. Good. As we arrive, untuck the toes, bring your fingertips wide off the mat so they're on the sides of the mat on the floor. The tops of the feet press down firmly, and here my elbows are lifted, so elbows are high and wide. Inhale to lift the chest by pressing into the fingertips, rolling cobra, and then exhale to lower all the way down, super slow. Twice more like that. Inhale to lift up, inviting a little bit of space. And then exhale to lower down. Good. Inhale, breath. We lift up, keep the butt squeezing on, lengthen the low back. And then exhale lowers you back to the belly. From here, hands underneath your shoulders. Slide back gently to your Balasana, child's pose. Giving yourself just a couple of breaths there. So hips are sinking down to the heels, arms are reaching out in front. And then you're using that space as you reach forward to sink the hips down a little more, lengthening through the spine. And just checking in gently with yourself one last time here. Again, offering yourself this practice to take rest where you like, to fire it up where you like, to really make it your own. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Nice and gently, we'll find ourselves in tabletop. So press yourself forward. Your shoulders will stack above your wrists. Good. From here, extend the right leg back behind you, just the right one, kicking through the heel, drawing the belly in. Now, I really want you to draw the right hip down a little in line with the left. Kick a little stronger through the heel and then draw your chest forward, like you're stretching in opposite directions. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, knee to your nose. Press the ground away. Draw the belly in. Good. Inhale, kick it back. And then exhale, knee to your nose. Curl under. Good. Inhale to kick it back. Exhale, knee to nose. This time we kick it back. Pause there. Land your right foot to the back of your mat. You're going to spin your left shin out to the left. So it acts as a little kickstand for us to peel our right fingertips open into a supported side plank position. Now you'll notice my left hand is under my shoulder. My left knee is just about underneath my hip, giving me a really sturdy foundation here. So shuffle if you need to, but keep the back foot grounded firmly as you start to reach the top arm forward for the front of the room, pressing the ground away so you can lift a little through the side waist, taking a nice big stretch through the side body. Good. Now your option here is to float the right leg if you'd like a little more, kicking through the heel, squeezing your butt. Good. If you're feeling pretty good and you'd like to take it one step further, bend into the right knee. Maybe you hold it there. Maybe the right hand reaches back to maybe find the foot, or to place the right hand to the right hip. So different options, floating the leg, foot on the ground, or maybe you're going for this supported side bow position. Whatever you've got, one more breath in, one more breath out. Well done. Tabletop, release gently, wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Inhale breath to cow pose, dip the belly, draw the heart forward. And exhale breath, rounding through the spine to angry cat. Good. From here, tuck the toes, lift the knees, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Straight away, we're going to send the right leg nice and high. Kick through the right heel for three-legged dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose and do your best to step the right foot in between the hands. If it doesn't quite make it, it's a big step. Shuffle the right foot forward a little and then lower the back knee down. A nice rule of thumb is to make sure you've got the right knee stacked over the ankle. From there, inhale to reach the arms up and overhead for our low lunge, Anjaneyasana. And in this low lunge shape, we're going to do a little bit of opening through the chest and shoulders. So I'd love for you to press down through your front foot a little, lift up out of your lunge, squeeze your left butt cheek on, the glute of the leg that's back, and then draw your belly in. Keep all of this activation in the low half. Reach the fingertips up nice and high. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, cactus the arms, so the arms come to a 90-degree angle as you squeeze the shoulder blades together and lift up through the center of the chest. Let's do that twice more. So you're going to press down, reach up, lengthen, inhale. As you exhale, bend the elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades together and lift through the chest. Amazing. Last time. Inhale, press down, lift up. Exhale to cactus through the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Now you can either stay here, squeezing the shoulder blades, elbows forward, fingers back, lifting through the chest, or find a clasp of the hands behind the back. Palms suction together, shoulders draw back and down, straightening into the arms any amount. This is going to open just a little deeper into the shoulders. Yogi's choice, you just got 2 more breaths. Keep squeezing your left butt cheek on. Keep drawing the belly in. 1 more in. And 1 more out. Well done. Inhale, release the arms. We all reach up nice and high. And then exhale, start to straighten the front leg as we fold into our half split shape. So particularly if your hamstrings are sticky like mine, this might feel a little bit intense. So this is where our book or our block-shaped object comes into play. It might feel nice to place it underneath the hands, just so we're not rounding through the spine so much here. And you might even shuffle the front heel forward just a little bit to give yourself a little more space, but feel into it here. And then flexing the right toes firmly, so we're active through the ankle. as you allow yourself to fold in a little deeper. And particularly if this does feel quite strong, see what you can release. Relaxing through the shoulders, relaxing through the jaw, and perhaps even enjoying the sensation of space being created. Let's take one more inhale and one more exhale. Beautifully done. If you've got a block or a book, pop it to one side as we rebend the front knee and reach the arms up back to our low lunge position. Good. From here, looking down at the earth, left hand lands down, right fingertips will keep reaching up into our simple twist. So our left hand is down, our right hand is up. Good. And what I want you to think about is like you're trying to peel the top shoulder back, rotating the chest upwards to find a deeper twist. Good. Once you find your shape and you're feeling a little comfortable, tuck the back toes under and start to lift the back knee, any amount. Doing your best to really fire up the back leg. It wants to be strong and supercharged. Amazing shapes. Take one more breath in. Exhale, right hand down. We'll frame our front foot. Shift your gaze forward, look forward, and then step to the top of the mat. Left foot will step up to meet the right. Good. Take a halfway lift, fingertips to shins, chest parallel to the ground. Exhale, fold you deeply in half. Inhale, we'll rise to stand, reach up, look up, guide the palms to touch, belly draws in. Exhale, fold forward really softly over bent knees. Take a halfway lift again, fingertips to shins, bring the chest parallel, shoulders back. Exhale, fold you in deeply. Good. Now plant your hands softly as you can, stepping back to your high plank position. Good. Now once again, you can keep the knees lifted or set the knees down and untuck the toes. This is your journey. But keep the shoulders over the wrists. Keep pressing the ground away. Squeeze your butt, draw your belly in. We all take a unifying breath in. Exhale, lean forward, hug the elbows in. Once again, we'll lower all the way down to the belly. Beautiful. Now this time as you arrive, we're going to work a little strength in the back body. So I'd love you to reach the arms back behind you. Palms are facing downward so that the thumbs are pointing out. And just like we did in Sphinx and just like we did in Rolling Cobra, we're pressing the tops of the feet down so firmly the kneecaps lift off the earth and we're squeezing our butt to keep our lower back nice and safe. Now draw your shoulders back, inhale, lift the chest, lift the arms, reach back behind you as much as you can. Good. Exhale, lowers you back down to the ground. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, squeeze your butt, lift the chest. And exhale, lowers you all the way down. Last time, best yet. Inhale, lift the chest, reach the arms back, hold here. Option to float the legs off the ground as well. If you'd like a little more, whole body strong here, but just one more breath in. Exhale, lowers you all the way back down to the belly. Well done. Hands underneath your shoulders, slide back to child's pose. Knees nice and wide, big toes touch, hips sink down a little bit here. Before we move on to the second side there, just give yourself a moment to feel this in your body. To feel the warmth or the heat that's being created, the space that's being created. And this deep connection to your breath as well, a slow and steady breath that guides every single movement that we make. Take one more breath in. And a big breath out. Beautiful. Nice and gently, feel free to rest for as long as you like. Otherwise, tabletop is where we'll meet as you're ready. Shifting our weight forward, shoulders above our wrists, hips above our knees. Now, just like the other side, left leg will kick back super strong. You're driving through the heel and you're drawing your chest forward like we're reaching in opposite directions. Kick a little firmer as you take a big inhale breath. Exhale, draws your knee to your nose, press the ground away, draw the belly in. Good, inhale, kicks it back, nice and strong. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose, see if you can curl into the tightest ball you possibly can. And then inhale to kick it back. Just one more like that, knee to nose, curl under, round the spine. Inhale, we kick it back, pause there, land the left foot to the back of the mat, spin the right shin to the right, acting like that little kickstand. Right hand down, left fingertips peel open, supported side plank. So our right hand is under our shoulder, right knee is under our hip, left foot is grounded at the back of the mat. As we start to reach the top arm forward for the front of the room, pressing the ground away and really lifting up through the sideways. So big side stretch here. Good. Now again, you can stay here exactly as you are. Otherwise, maybe you take the challenge by starting to float the back leg any amount, kicking through the heel nice and strong. If you wanted to try that supported side bow variation on this side, start to bend into the left knee. Maybe that's where you stay. Or left hand can find the hip, or at the very end range, left hand can reach back to maybe find the foot. Doesn't matter where you are here. Stay and hold and breathe. One more big breath in. Exhale to release to tabletop. Left hand under left shoulder, left knee underneath the hip. Well done. Now inhale, dip the belly, draw the heart forward. Exhale, round through the spine, chin to your chest. Good. Keep this angry cat shape. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, send the hips up and back to downward facing dog. Good. From here, left leg lifts. Inhale, our three-legged dog. Take a big breath in, keep the legs strong. Exhale, knee to nose. Do your best. Step the left foot in between the hands or anywhere you can land it. And then if it didn't quite get there, shuffle the foot forward. We'll lower the back knee down as you're ready, making sure the front knee is over the ankle. From here, inhale breath, we'll reach the arms up and overhead for our low lunge. Good. So we're getting this shape. Let's set up our foundation. You're pressing down your front big toe. You're lifting up a little so you can really squeeze and activate your right butt cheek. And then you're drawing your belly button in and up to keep you nice and stable here. Inhale breath, reach up through the fingertips. As you exhale, bend the elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades together and lift through the center of the chest. Good. Twice more like that. Press down, lift up, inhale. As you exhale and sink deeper, bend the elbows. Maybe you start to lift the gaze any amount. Last time. Inhale, lift up, reach up. Exhale to cactus the arms. Your choice is to stay here, squeezing the shoulder blades, lifting the chest, or look for the awkward grip of the hands behind the back. Palms together, shoulders draw back and down. Maybe you start to straighten through the arms any amount. Keep squeezing your butt, keep drawing the belly in. Maybe the gaze lifts here as well. One more breath in, and one more breath out. Inhale, release the arms, reach them nice and high. As you exhale, start to straighten the front leg, shifting the hips back to our half split shape. Grabbing any props that make this better for you in your body. So maybe you're placing something under the hands to bring the ground a little higher. Maybe you're sliding the front heel forward just a little so the back hip stacks over the knee. But for all of us, we're flexing the left toes super firmly, and then we're doing our best to soften where we can, knowing that it does not matter at all, even one little bit, what this shape looks like. Allow yourself to dive into what it feels and what it has to offer you here. A sense of space, a sense of surrender, a sense of fluidity in your body. Take one more big breath in and a big breath out. Let's carefully pop our props to one side, re-bend into the front knee and reach the arms up back to our low lunge position, setting up for simple twist. So as you look down to the ground, you're going to place your right hand down next to your left foot and reach the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Now the front knee is probably going to want to wing out to the side. Can you hug it in so it stacks over your ankle? And then really focus on rotating the top shoulder backwards, reaching through the left fingertips. Once you feel pretty stable here, tuck the back toes under and pick up the back knee. Nice and strong with your back leg. Take a big inhale breath. Exhale, left hand down to frame the left foot. Look forward, do the best that you can. Top of the mat, right foot steps up to meet the left. Good, take a halfway lift, breathe in. And exhale to fold in deeply. Inhale, we'll rise to stand. Reach up, look up, guide the palms to touch. And exhale, draws hands to heart center. Beautiful. So setting up here for our chair pose, I'd love for you to look down at your feet. And for this variation of chair, we're going to keep our feet hip width apart. So notice my heels are just underneath my hips. They're not too wide and they're not too narrow. All 10 toes will point straight ahead. Draw the belly in, hands to heart. Start to bend the knees and sit your weight back down towards the heels. Good. So you'll notice here the butt might want to stick out back behind you. Our goal is to try and keep our low back as long as we can. So maybe you even bring your left hand to your low belly, bring your right hand to your low back. Notice if you feel a little curve in the back and tilt the tailbone under just enough that you feel it lengthen. Good. Draw the belly in, hold it there, and then release as you reach the arms up and overhead. Good. All the weight is in the heels. We should be able to give the toes a little wriggle. And maybe you sit a little deeper into your shape. Beautifully done. One more breath in. One more breath out. Inhale, rise to stand. Palms touch. Reach up, look up, open through the chest and heart space. And then exhale to fold forward really gently over soft knees. Take a halfway lift, fingertips to shins. Draw the chest forward. And then exhale to fold deeply in half. Now, as we move through this flow, I'm going to give you two options, unless there's something else that you're playing with. Option number one is just to step back to tabletop and take a few rounds of cat and cow. If you'd like to try a modified version of chaturanga to upward facing dog, come with me and give it a go. Otherwise, stepping back and taking a few rounds of cat-cow. If you're coming with me, plant the hands, step back to your high plank position, and we'll all lower the knees down. So we're in a half plank. So shoulders, hips, and knees are in one straight line. My knees are down. I'm going to shift my weight forward so my shoulders come past my wrists. Hug the elbows in, and then lower the chest down just halfway. I just feel my elbows touch my ribcage before I straighten the arms, lift the chest, and then press the tops of the feet down so the thighs lift up off the earth, upward facing dog. Beautiful. Take one more breath in. Exhale, knees down, child's pose, sit the weight back to the heels. Good. Take a big inhale breath. Child's pose is where we meet. Exhale, well done. One more steady in. And clearing breath out. Beautiful. Feel free to rest here for as long as you like. Downward facing dog is where we'll meet as you're ready. A couple more standing postures to do, and then we are done for the fire section of this practice. So again, feel free to rest for as long as you like and jump in as you feel ready. Otherwise, from downward facing dog, take an inhale to raise the right leg nice and high. Kick through the heel just like before. Take a big breath in. Exhale, knee to your nose, shoulders above your wrist. Do your best to step the foot in between the hands. Good. From here, looking at your feet, make sure the front knee is stacked over your ankle and that your feet are about hip width apart. Think about train tracks rather than a tightrope. From there, we'll rise to stand. So slow and steady, reach the arms up, lift the chest up for our crescent lunge. Just like our low lunge, but the back knee is lifted. In this shape, reach the arms out nice and wide. Turn the palms to face up and draw the shoulders back and down to lift a little through the center of the chest. Good. Take a big breath in. Sink a little deeper. Breath out. One more inhale. One more exhale. Good. From here, hands to heart center. Lean your chest forward, strong through your back legs. You're firing up your back leg, hinging the chest forward. Keep the shape of the body, but reach the arms back behind you. This is arrowhead. Shoulder blades squeeze together. It's a strong one, so just take one more breath in. Exhale, warrior two. Ground the back foot and let the arms windmill open here. Good. Now bend into the front knee. Again, we're making sure the knee is over the ankle, and then we're allowing our gaze to settle straight ahead. Just one more inhale to a big exhale breath. Inhale, flip the front palm. Place the left hand to the left thigh. Straighten your front leg as you start to reach the right arm up and back for reverse triangle, big side stretch. And then exhale, back to warrior two. Rebend into the front knee, shoulders back and down. Let's do that again. Inhale, flip the front palm, straighten the front leg, reverse triangle, send it back. And then exhale to warrior two. Just one more time, moving with breath. Inhale, flip the front palm, straighten the front leg, reverse triangle. And exhale takes us to warrior two. Good. From here, lean forward, inhale. Exhale, right forearm to the right thigh, palm facing up, left fingertips, reach up towards the ceiling. This is Pajva Konasana, our side angle position. Now the legs are strong, the inner thighs are hugging in, and to find that nice juicy side stretch, start to reach the top arm forward for the front of the room, bicep next to the ear, pressing down through the back foot and reaching through the top fingertips. You've just got one more breath in, one more breath out. Inhale, reverse triangle. Just like before, straighten the legs, left hand to left thigh, right arm reaches up and back. Exhale to windmill, both hands down. Frame your front foot, spin onto the ball of your back foot, and then as best you can, step back to downward facing dog. Right foot steps back to meet the left. Well done. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Left leg lifts, inhale breath. Send it nice and high, take a big inhale. Exhale, draws your knee to your nose. Step the foot between the hands or as close as you can, shuffling the foot forward if you need, and then checking the feet a hip width apart. From there, a little soft bend in the back knee to give us support as we rise to stand in our crescent lunge. Great. So again, front big toe presses down. The back glute is squeezing on. This is our stability. From here, once again, open the arms out nice and wide. So the palms are facing up to allow us to draw the shoulders back and down and lift through the center of the chest. And you're really going to squeeze the shoulder blades together to invite in just a little more space. Good. One more breath in. Exhale, hands to heart center. Lean your chest forward. Good. Now the back leg is nice and strong. You've got a beautiful long line from the crown of your head to the heel of your back foot. Start to reach the arms back behind you. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Take one more breath in. Exhale, warrior two. Ground the back foot and then open the arms out. Beautiful. Shuffle the feet if you need. You want to line the heels up with one another. Back toes will turn in just slightly. Front toes are pointing straight ahead. Flip the front palm. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Back hand to back thigh. Top hand reaches up and back for reverse triangle. And then exhale back to warrior two. Rebend the front knee. We move with breath. Inhale, flip the front palm. Reach up and back. Nice big side stretch. And then exhale back to warrior two. Good. Last time, big breath in, flip the front palm, send it up and back, exhale to warrior two. From here, lean forward so you can place the front arm on the front thigh, top arm reaches straight up for the ceiling. The back leg is strong, top shoulder is peeling back, and then we'll start to reach the top arm forward for the front of the room into this extended version of our shape. Good. One more big inhale breath. Big exhale. Reverse triangle. Press down, straighten the front leg just like before. We send it up and back. Exhale to windmill, both hands down, framing your front foot, spin onto the ball of your back foot. Now it can be a tricky step to step from here back to down dog. So what I'd like you to do is ground the palms, press the ground away as much as you can, like that angry cat shape. Come right onto the tippy toes of the back foot, so you're creating as much space as you can, and then do your best. Step the left foot back to meet the right, down dog. Good, big inhale. Clearing exhale breath. Good, just one more big breath in here. And let it go, exhale. Beautiful. From here, right leg lifts and it nice and high. Don't worry, we're going to cool it down. Making our way into our half pigeon. So from here, you're going to bring your right knee and slide it behind your right wrist, bringing your shin just about, or kind of looking to get it maybe one day parallel with the top of the mat. So you've got your shin coming out and the front knee just behind the front wrist. From there, you'll start to walk the back toes back behind you and just have a look at the back leg. Do your best to make sure it's parallel with the side of the mat. Now, if the hips are quite sticky, you might like to get your block or your book or your cushion and place it underneath your right hip to offer you a little more support. And you can stay lifted on your hands. You can come down onto forearms. If your hips are super sticky and this just does not feel great in your joints, you're going to come down onto your back into a reclined pigeon pose. It's our figure four shape that we've done before together. Right ankle to left thigh, either resting there or reaching the hands through to grip on. It's exactly the same shape. It's just a little more gentle on the joints depending on how the body is feeling. Beautiful, guys. And this is one of those notorious shapes that makes you hold your shoulders, makes you hold your jaw, particularly if the sensation is quite strong. Yeah, on your Chris, good job. So noticing how it feels in your body and seeing if you can offer yourself just a little more softness here, whatever that might mean for you. Maybe tap back into that slow and steady breath that we found right at the beginning of the practice. In for 4 and out for 6. Good, just a couple more breaths here. And if you're on your back in that reclined figure 4, you can stay exactly as you are. We're just going to move to the other side. And let's take one more breath in. One more breath out. Nice and gently, if you're in pigeon, you'll come back to your palms, you'll tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee, and send the right leg back to down dog. If you're on your back, release your figure 4, and then take your time to find the second side. If you're coming to pigeon on the side, left leg lifts up, and then start to draw the left knee behind the left wrist, drawing the shin maybe a little further forward as you walk the back toes back. And if we're in pigeon, we kind of want to do our best not to lean to one side. We want to keep our hips as level as we can. And that's where the block or cushion or book comes in, underneath the left hip. It'll keep our hips level and stop us leaning. And again, from here, you can stay up on your hands. You can come down to forearms. Again, if it just feels not the best in your body, exactly the same stretch is that shape on our back, reclined pigeon. This time the left ankle will find the right thigh as we reach the hands through and draw the shoulders back and down. And in whichever variation you're in, look to find a little flex in the left toes. So you're drawing the toes up towards the knee, keeping the ankle tight, which will keep the knee safe as well. Beautiful, guys. Just a few more breaths here. In and out. One more big inhale to a steady exhale breath. If you're on your back, you can stay there exactly as you are. We'll meet you there in just a moment. If you're in pigeon, bring the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, step the left foot back to down dog to begin with, and then soften the knees down to the earth. From here, we will simply shift our weight to one side, bring the legs out around in front of us and start to make our way down onto our back nice and slowly. You might bring the knees with you. You might use your core to take you down nice and controlled. Any way that you want to get there, we meet there together, taking a little cuddle of the knees in towards the chest. Beautiful. And from here, we'll take just a couple of rounds of rolling bridge pose. So in this practice today, we've worked on opening up the chest and shoulders and really building quite a bit of strength in the back chain of the body. And this is really just going to complement that. So you're going to place the feet down about hip width apart. And if you reach your fingertips, you shouldn't be able to graze the heels, but like almost, just about, almost. And then you're going to turn your toes inward, like you're slightly pigeon-toed, just a tiny little turn of the toes, which will help stop us from drawing the knees out to the sides. Place the hands down, palms will face down. I want you to press down firmly through your heels. Take an inhale breath, curl the tailbone under, and peel the spine up off the mat, one vertebrae at a time into our bridge. And then your exhale will lower you back down again, one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. We'll do that twice more. Press down through the heels, curl the tailbone under, peel your spine up, articulating as much as you can, and then lower down through the upper back, through the middle back, through the lower back, and then allowing the hips to land. Last time, inhale, press down to lift the hips up. This time we're going to hold in our bridge pose. If you're happy here, hug the inner thighs in, squeeze your butt and hold. If you'd like a little more, see how it feels to perhaps shuffle the shoulders underneath you and then look to clasp the hands behind the back. Pressing the fist down into the ground to lift the hips a little higher. Our bridge pose together, whichever variation you're in. One more breath in, one more breath out, and then gently release, roll all the way back down to the ground. Good. Hug the knees to the chest, take a big squeeze. We're going to keep a hold of our right leg, let the left leg extend nice and long. Left leg relaxes, right knee draws up and in towards the upper arm a little more. Take a big breath in. Exhale to twist. You're going to guide the right knee across your body. Arms will extend wide to a T. You might place your cushion or your book underneath the right thigh if it feels like it's kind of hanging out in space. Or to help you find a deeper twist, you might place your left hand on top of the right thigh to weigh it down into the twist a little more. Whatever you've got, just take some slow and steady breaths here. Good, just one more in and one more out. Nice and gently draw yourself back through center. Hug both knees in towards your chest and then extend the right leg long. Keep the left knee hugging in and up towards your left armpit. Take a big inhale breath, give yourself a squeeze, and then your exhale will guide the left knee across the body into your twist. Arms come nice and wide, shoulders ground down. We really want to look for a stable, grounded position through our shoulders. Doesn't matter so much what the leg is doing, if it's hovering. But try to keep your shoulders here as your anchor point. And just taking one more big inhale. And a steady exhale. Next inhale takes you back through center, nice and slow. Hug both knees in towards your chest. Give yourself one final squeeze. And then start to make your way down into your Shavasana. So legs will extend nice and long, arms wide. If you've got yourself a blanket or a cushion or any nice things to kind of prop yourself up with, please feel free to get yourself settled and comfortable. If you'd rather take Shavasana in a seated meditation, just like we began the practice, please feel free. That's a beautiful option as well. Anything that you need here, just to offer yourself a little bit of space, but let the eyes close down. And take a big inhale breath. And a clearing exhale to soften in. And just allow the whole physical body here to relax. So from the crown of the head, all the way down through the chest, the arms, the hands, the belly, the hips, the legs, the feet. Allow everything to rest and be soft here. And with the eyes closed down, we're able once again to offer ourselves this inward gaze and awareness. Bringing your focus once again to the internal rhythm of your breath. This time without any force or control. At this point of the practice, simply allow the breath to be an anchor. To focus your awareness on. They say that Shavasana is the most challenging, but arguably the most important position in the practice. So let's see here if we can offer it the same care, attention, and awareness that we did for the rest of our practice together this afternoon. Dive in here to what you feel. The felt experience now is very different to the felt experience at the top of class. So without labels, without good or bad or right or wrong, dive in here to what you feel. Guided by the slow and steady rhythm of your breath. And if you've got the time to chill out and rest for a little longer, please feel free. Otherwise, slowly here, start to deepen the breath. And perhaps you take a slow and gentle roll of the head from side to side. Just allow yourself to wake up slowly and softly. Maybe a little wriggle through the fingers, wriggle through the toes. And eventually the small movements will get bigger, ankles, wrists. Nice big stretch, reaching up and overhead. Guiding the knees towards your chest, giving yourself a little cuddle, a little squeeze, a sincere showing of gratitude you've offered yourself this time now to move, to breathe, to feel good in your body, to connect in a little deeper. We'll meet up in a comfortable seat as you're ready. No rush to get there. And again, if you're going to chill out for longer, you can stay resting for as long as you like. Otherwise, a seat is where we'll meet. Nice tall spine, shoulders back and down. And as always, to seal our yoga practice, we bring our hands into a mudra called Anjali Mudra. So palms come to touch at heart center. And it's a symbolic gesture of gratitude and of connection. We'll seal our practice all together with a deep and unifying breath in and a clearing breath out. And to seal our practice, we say to each other, Namaste. Thanks, you guys. Killed it.